This is it, man. The video my parents wish I never did. Rating all the drugs I've ever taken. Now let's get fucking spiritual. I will be rating these drugs in 5 aspects. Spirit, as in how good they are for your spiritual development. Fun, as in how much fun they are. Social, as in how much they improve your social skills. Health, as in how they improve your health. And price, as in how attainable and worth it are they. So without further ado, let's go. I'm gonna name you 12 drugs that I've taken throughout my life, in no particular order, so to keep you on your toes. Spoiler alert, the last one has a perfect score. Pretty good for a drug. Some say it may be the best drug ever. Number 1, LSD. We all know LSD from the hippie culture and the popular song by the Beatles, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, which stands for LSD. The hippies were notorious for consuming a lot of LSD. And the thing is, LSD is so little, as it is taken in like little papers, that with one suitcase full of LSD, you could probably get a whole country high for a few weeks. So how is LSD for fun? Well, keep in mind these are all my personal experiences. Yours may be totally different. In my personal experience, LSD can be kind of fun, yeah, as long as you don't take too much. I think it is necessary to find the sweet spot, because if you're tripping too hard, it's not gonna be fun at all. It's gonna be hell. So I'm giving it a solid 7. How will it improve your social skills? Well, as we said, if you take just enough, yes, it might make you more social, but if you take too much, you will start seeing your friends as dinosaurs, and it's not gonna be a fun thing, not for you and not for those damn dinosaurs. So I have to give it a 6. Health-wise, well, LSD has been used in a number of studies, especially treating psychiatric disorders, and there are some promising results. So I'm saying as long as you don't jump off a building or something, I'm gonna give it a solid 7. Price-wise, I have to give it a 5 because it is not the cheapest drug. I don't know what the price would be now. I just remember that it was kind of expensive. Not too expensive, but expensive-ish. So a 5. So how is LSD for your spiritual awakening? Well, a lot of people claim to have had like ego dissolvement and other breakthroughs. Also, as we said, in a therapeutic setting, it can be very effective. So I'm giving it a whopping 8. Let's continue with magic mushrooms or psilocybin. These can be a lot of fun. I think if you don't take too much, the high can be kind of similar to marijuana. At least that's what me and my friends experienced, and we laughed our asses off, absolutely. So definitely an 8. As I used to take it with friends, and we used to do it like as a group thing, I have to give the social aspect of it a solid 7. But I know there's people that prefer to take high dosages and just meditate alone. It's also a valid use. Health-wise, there's also promising results, especially for people with PTSD, depression, anxiety. So yeah, a 7 for psilocybin. Price-wise, they're pretty good. I mean, if you grow them yourself, they are pretty cheap. So I'm guessing it's a good old 7. Spirit-wise, I like it. It comes from nature. It can be a very introspective trip, but also you can be in touch with nature a lot. So 7 points. Next up, I bet you were not expecting this, steroids. Anabolic steroids. Yes, I used to take them probably since I was 19 up until I was 21. And what can I say? The fun aspect is that, well, looking good is kind of fun. And anyone who's gone from looking not that good to good will tell you the same thing. It is not the same to be in a group of people with a normal body than to go in there looking like the son of Zeus, taking off your shirt and just having all those eyes lock onto you. Can be a lot of fun. Also, training hard with that extra muscle is also a lot of fun. It also improves your social skills, which is why it gets 8 points, because it artificially boosts your confidence by raising your testosterone level to superhuman levels. And it also organically raises your confidence because by looking better and seeing yourself in the mirror, you just become more confident, which improves your social skills automatically. Health-wise, it's not that great. I had a lot of problems. Back knee, a little bit of gyno. I had an abscess in my arm that had to be drained. And I don't know, maybe it even has something to do with me getting Crohn's disease. I can't rule it out. So that's just 2. So please stay away from anabolic steroids. The price, however, they are not that expensive. If you were to take testosterone only, you could probably take it year long for under 300 euros a year, which is under 30 euros a month. It's really not much. Spirit-wise, I have to give it a 0 because I think it's the ultimate self-denial and ego inflation. You get so caught up with the gains and the looks and being the best at whatever you do that for me it was absolutely detrimental to my spiritual awakening. So for me, 0 points. And here we are with a very common drug, cigarettes. I used to smoke on and off probably until last year. What's the fun of it? Well, I have to give it 0 points because looking at cigarettes on their own, like just doing this and inhaling the smoke, it's no fun at all. It doesn't taste good. It makes you smell like total dog shit and you're always craving it. So no, it's not fun. However, in the social aspect, I have to give it 8 points because when you smoke, you automatically connect with other people that smoke. Let's say you're in the club or in a new workplace. As soon as you see people saying, hey, let's go out for a cigarette, you can say, oh, I'm gonna come too. And voila, you already have new friends. You won't have them for long because you will all die of lung cancer, but you have new friends for a while. Speaking of lung cancer, health-wise, 0 points. It is one of the main killers because it can lead to a plethora of illnesses, and one of them is the notorious lung cancer. In price, I also have to give it a 1 because even though they are cheap, you consume so many of them that they end up not being cheap at all. Like let's say you spend 7 euros a day for a package, 30 days a month, that's 210 euros. That's like 2,000 something in the year. I don't know, don't ask me, I'm not good at math. So of course, for your spiritual awakening, 0. Let's continue with MDMA, also called ecstasy. On fun, I have to pretty much give it the perfect score, 10. Ecstasy is the fun drug. You like music? Scratch that. You now love it. You like people? You now adore them. You don't think you can dance? Believe me, you can dance and you want to dance. It will also give you a perfect score in social. You will want to talk to everybody and talk to them about the deepest things in your mind. If you can keep yourself from saying like, wow, your eyes are so beautiful and this is beautiful and that is beautiful. Pretty much you turn into Keanu Reeves.
You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
The negative side is that people who are not on ecstasy may perceive that you are on ecstasy and will look at you funnily, but I don't think you will care. Health-wise, I will give it 5 points because there's conflicting information, and I mean there is people who have died from dehydration because they are just having so much fun that they forget to drink and they move a lot. So please stay safe, drink water. Price-wise, it's a bit on the higher side, at least in Germany, so I have to give it 4 points. As for your spiritual awakening, I don't know, I'm not quite certain. I mean, I had some very interesting thoughts when I took it, positive thoughts. So the thing is that once the effect leaves you, it leaves you with like drained of dopamine, so you're gonna be a little bit sad. So I have to give it 6 points. Then we have poppers. I don't know if they're even called like that. A guy brought them to school one day. You basically smell it and then you're super high for 20 seconds and then it goes away. Then I found out that like homosexual couples use it to make their butt more, I don't know, flaccid. I mean, fun, I have to give it a 2 because you're basically a mess for 20 seconds and then you're just back to normal. It's very, very weird. Social, 2 points because probably someone's gonna give it to you and you're gonna smell it, but they will just look at you funny like, what the hell is going on? Let me take it now. And yeah, that's not really the kind of social interactions that I want to build. Health-wise, I don't know much about it, so I'm just gonna give it a 4. And the price, I think they were pretty cheap, at least when I was in school, so 7 points. I don't think they'll do anything for your spiritual awakening, so 0 points there. Next up is Ayahuasca. Ah yeah, Ayahuasca, the brew of the gods. I've only taken it twice, and I'm gonna give it a fun level of 7 because my trips were kind of interesting, but I know of people who have had horrible trips. That's why I can only give it a 7 and not more. Socially, I mean, there are some retreats where you do it in like a group setting and you talk about it, so yeah, let's give it a 6 on the social aspect. Health-wise, it gets 8 points because a lot of people have had some serious breakthroughs, especially for their mental health. And apart from getting diarrhea and puking your guts out, I don't think there's much happening, at least not that much people that I know that have had a negative effect from it. Price-wise, I have to give it a 3 because it is kind of expensive, and maybe if you want to do it with the shaman, you will have to travel or bring the shaman to your place. So yeah, 3. Spirit-wise, 9 points. Absolute breakthrough drug. Next up is a rockstar's best friend, cocaine. Yup. Cocaine is fun. It's gonna give you tons of energy, tons of confidence. 9 points. Let's go. Of course, it also boosts your social skills a lot. So also 9 points on the social meter. Health-wise, there's a lot of people who have got very addicted and have ended very badly. So 1 point, it's almost at maximum destruction level. Price-wise, 3 because it is very expensive. I mean, if you want to be doing coke all the time, you kind of have to be a rock star because that shit is expensive. Also for your spirit, I will have to give it a 0. I mean, it comes from a plant, and some like indigenous people, they chew the mate de coca, but cocaine has nothing to do with mate de coca anymore. It's just pure synthetic hellish fun. No spiritual points for the cocaine. Next up, gateway drug number 1, marijuana. Marijuana can be fun. I'm gonna give it a 7. You can't smoke it with friends and you're gonna laugh and be very hungry. Some people need it to just get through the day and feel normal. I think a 7 is a fair thing. Socially, I'm gonna give it a 6 because you can smoke it with people. But for me, the social interactions don't really get better, they get worse because I start to be so much in my head that I get paranoid about things and can't really have meaningful communication and discussions with other people. So yeah, I can only give it a 6. Health-wise, it gets 7 points because smoked marijuana might not be as good, but some people claim it helps them with, like, I don't know, Tourette's for instance. But medicinal marijuana, like let's say eaten or things that you gain out of marijuana, like medications and stuff, can be very powerful medication. I hope that more medications based on marijuana treatment are gonna come. Price-wise, it gets a 6. It is not that expensive, and if you grow it yourself, it can be even cheap. But if you get it from a dealer, yeah, it is a bit expensive. For your spirit, I'm gonna say 2 because for me, it makes me just so passive. And I might think like, okay, I'm high now, I'm gonna meditate, but to be honest, I'm just gonna sit there and be hungry and maybe fall asleep. So for me, it's not that great for spiritual things. For other people, it might be different. For me, 2 points. Next up, we have 5-Meo Dmt. 5-Meo Dmt gets 5 points on fun because it can be the most fun thing in your life. You're gonna be one with the light and you're gonna be just a bundle of love, which is the greatest thing that can ever happen to you. But it can also be total hell, and you're gonna go through hellfire and you're gonna meet Satan and he's gonna tear your testicles off. So it can go from a 10 plus to a 0 minus 10. Beware and be in a positive state of mind before you do it. Remember to let go and surrender. Don't fight it or you're gonna have a bad time, because everything is kind of connected. And I've heard a lot of stories of people like getting really better after taking Bufal Varius. So 10 points for the toad. Price, it gets 2 because it is expensive and you need to find a good shaman. I don't think it's a good idea at all to do it on your own. Also, some shamans say that it has to be like the natural stuff, not the synthetic one. I don't know what the difference is. I can maybe ask Vicente, but yeah, not as easy to get and not as cheap. So 2 points. And finally, spirit wise, it gets a full-blown 10, of course. I mean, it is called the God molecule for a reason. Which other drug can claim that? None. And finally, the drug with the perfect score. What is it gonna be? Is it gonna be crocodile, heroin, crystal meth? Nope. It is actually love. Love gets the perfect score in everything. Spirit, fun, social, health, and price. It is basically free, and the more you give, the more you have. Which is something that a lot of drug addicts wish for their drugs. But sadly, the more you smoke and the more you inject, the less you have. But the more you love, the more love you have. It's gonna do wonders for your spirit. It's gonna do wonders for your fun, for your social activities. It's gonna make your health incredible, and it costs $0. So there it is, the perfect drug. You can now drop the rest of the drugs and focus yourself on this one if you wanna be smart, happy, healthy, and sexy. I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you next time. Remember to take your daily dosage of love.